before we get into the show, guys, our highlighted business this week is MadeByJaiStar. Owner Jennifer showcases handcrafted tumblers with a twist. But wait, there is more. She also handcrafts shadow boxes, t-shirts, keychains, and so much more. She can customize almost anything for you. This business is one you must visit. I got my beautiful tumbler this week and it is customized with my business logo and name. You can visit MadeByJaiStar on Instagram and TikTok. Follow this page and order your customized gift today. Now back to the brew. Welcome to episode number 14 of
What's Brewing Sis?
What's Brewing Sis? I'm Shelly.
I'm Bianca. And I'm Deonna. And here we come together to serve the brew.
We're back!
Episode 14, guys.
Episode number 14.
We are moving in a group.
We are not shucking the jazz.
Not shucking the jazz.
Oh my goodness, guys. I feel like every episode now something major happens, but all great things. So
all great things.
What's the major that's going on? What major happened this week?
For me?
Yeah.
I got a car. Finally.
You did not have to wait your year.
Girl, this car buying, house buying, the past 2 years have been nuts.
Yeah.
Like, no dealership has, like, sit around inventory. Like, back in the day, you go to the dealership, go pick out what car you want, drive off. No. Even when you bought your car, Shelly, because you just bought a new car as well.
Yes.
They had maybe 5 cars on the lot.
Yeah. It was definitely slim pickings.
Yeah, so the guy called me yesterday and was like, hey, good news, bad news. The car you ordered has been delayed. However, we got another new car for someone else. They decided not to go with it. And it's here. And it happened to be the color I secretly wanted in my head.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, I'm on the way. So that was great.
Work.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to include a picture down below.
Yeah.
Smiling with your car.
Yep. Deonna, you went on a boat cruise.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely not as exciting as the new one. Yes, it was a company-sponsored barbecue boat cruise. It was cool. Got a lot of history about the city. I live here, but I don't know a lot of the buildings downtown.
Right.
And the story behind it. And there's maybe 2 or 3 that we passed that were designed by women. So I was like,
oh, that's interesting. I would love to do that because I want to know more.
Yeah.
I'm weird because I like to we've driven before through like Hyde Park and other neighborhoods, and it's like, oh, look at the architecture here.
Yeah, it was really interesting. So I was like, I need to do more tours of our own city. That's something we should do.
Yeah.
On a coming episode.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll
Let's
be back
go
on the
see
boat
the city.
cruise.
Yeah. Give people a reason to come tour Chicago because there is so many new places. Someone sent me an ice cream museum, and I was like, I ain't gonna tell them just yet. I'm gonna wait. But I definitely think that it's something that we should do. It looks fun, and
I would love to.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll do that.
So last week, we'll recap last week's episode a little bit later.
Yes.
But we want to get into this week's episode, which is hashtag relationship goals.
Look, we're ready.
Relationships have been a hot topic.
Yes.
It really has. Where I'm getting out into the world of being single. Mm-hmm. Deonna's all married.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yes, and I'm single. I'm single.
High-pitched single.
I am high-pitched single, with a little nerves behind it. So we thought this would be the perfect episode to bring someone in who has a good voice behind relationships. I wake up to a post from him just about daily saying something to make me think like, oh, okay, that's how guys, feel. That's how guys look at things. So we have no other than Mr. Real Talk.
Mr. Real Talk.
Let's just start the show.
Hey, y'all.
Hello.
How are are you?
ladies? I'm doing amazing. How are you, ladies?
Good.
We're doing wonderful. Thank you for
guys so much
joining
for having me.
us.
Thank you for having me. I so appreciate it.
Yes.
So we appreciate you.
Yes, we do. First of all, Lester, you were one of the first people to give us a seed on our business venture.
Oh,
so we want to thank you again for
no
that.
problem.
Yes, you
To
are.
God be the glory.
Yes, you wear so many hats. So can you introduce yourself to our audience and let them know, who you are and give them more information on you?
Well, my name is Lester Swims, aka I like to say hashtag Mr. Real Talk. I am a family man. I'm just a servant of God in any capacity. I don't believe I'm not locked into one dynamic. I believe God has gifted me and called me to just minister in whatever capacity. I may have to sweep the floors. I may have to be in the administrative room, whatever it takes. I may have to make whatever it is. I'm here to serve. But I am a multiple business owner. I am a father, a friend. I'm your big brother.
Mr. All the Above.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm the D button, the all of the above button. For sure.
So what we wanted to do was we wanted to break the ice. We wanted to get into some relationship stuff, for sure. But we definitely want to break the ice with you and learn more about you in a more intimate way, shall we say.
For sure.
So first question to everybody here, including myself. What's your favorite thing to do by yourself?
Wow, that's a great question. By myself. I love being by myself.
Yeah.
I like music.
Yeah.
I like music, and I'll sidebar that with growth. Like music and finding ways to grow. That is my thing. Like, if you can give me some great music that could set an atmosphere, I consider myself very much so an atmosphere person, and I can find a way to grow, whether it's through the music or worship or something like that. I'm at peace. I'm great.
Lester, what's your sign?
I'm a Pisces.
You're Pisces, okay.
Big Pisces.
I asked that question. I don't really know too much about signs other than Leo. I'm sure that'll help somebody out there.
What's your birthday?
I am a Pisces.
Girl, y'all acting so scared.
Come on.
What's the month and day? Some people don't know the signs.
Hey, Shelly, let me make sure I add this in. That I love real talk. It's not like it's the birthing place for me. That's how I came into my own. So any questions, there's nothing off limit. Whatever you want to ask me. So my birthday. Be comfortable. Be okay. You are okay. But my birthday is
so what's your actual birthday month?
My birthday is March 3rd, 84.
Okay.
84. Let's say.
So, to the question, the favorite thing I love to do by myself is spend time outside. I will sit outside all day in the backyard, whatever. I like to be outside, so.
Very peaceful.
What about you, Deonna?
My favorite thing is to also listen to music, mostly gospel music, worship music, and just reflect and meditate and spend time with God.
Yeah. I would have to copy Deonna's answer. God recently came into my life, so we're new friends. So I'm learning a lot about myself and learning a lot about him. This process has been beautiful. So last night I even took a long ride by myself just to. I don't know what came over me, but I started crying, and I think it was just because I'm learning new things about myself. Like this podcast has been truly helpful to do that.
Yeah.
So we should also say, Lester, that you're going to be starting your own podcast.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Coming soon. Podcast loading.
Yeah.
You didn't say that when you did your introduction. You got to put that out there.
Well, I was trying to make sure I birth it out because I don't want nobody, trying to take any type of credit or accolade for something I haven't birthed yet. But I'm following in y'all trailblazing the way. So I believe it's coming.
Good try.
We'll be watching, subscribing, cheering you on.
Yes.
Please
I'm so excited to hear your point of views on a lot of things. So let's continue you with these icebreaker questions because I can't wait to get to the relationship.
Yes, we're ready.
What was the last thing you learned that changed you?
That changed me. Probably the fact that trying to create, like, make success happen for me, or I consider myself a pusher or like a hitter. Hitter meaning I like to create, I like to, dominate and make things happen. And I had to settle. I think the Holy Spirit settled my spirit in the fact that I don't get to make greatness happen or make it happen. It's already ordained for me. I just have to settle myself in the process and allow it to come to pass. And that was a big thing for me because I like to try to create and make things go. And then I'll get up 4 a.m. pushing every day, burning myself out, trying to make a thing come to pass when God already planned that I would be successful and have an expected end. And he knows a greater life than I had, what I would want for myself. And so settling myself was a big thing for me. I just recently came to grips with that, like last week, literally. Like, you have to settle yourself in that. So that's the last thing for me.
Beautiful. So, I'm going to have to copy your answer, Lester, because me too.
Yeah.
You want in life, I think you want to do so many different things. You want to be able to, for me, it was, I wanted to be Superwoman at doing anything that I did. And so God was like, yeah, you are great. You are a great person, but you cannot, I don't need you to hold the world. I don't need you to take care of everybody. Sit down for a second. Just kind of breathe in what people are kind of trying to show you. Don't take everything on. And so I'm so glad that changed you.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. That was a big thing to me. I consider myself Superman until Kryptonite show up.
I think the thing that I learned about myself is to have faith or have stronger faith, because I've been through some things that could have folded me up like a little lawn chair. But I having faith and actually sitting down with it kind of helped me to grow some patience and to take time with healing in life, and not be so hard on myself and hard on life and thinking everything is like terrible when there's always an answer or there's always a way out. So.
Yeah, I love it. That's good.
Shoot. Right. The last thing I learned that changed me, I think, I don't know that I would say it was last learned, but last brought to my attention is the complexities of life are essential to life, and therefore each moment really should be, carefully accounted for. Like being intentional with your time and the attention that you put into certain things is important.
Yeah,
that is huge. I love
it. Huge.
Yes. All right, we're gonna get a little deeper. Y'all ready to get a little deeper?
Let's go.
What do you wish your current partner or your future partner knew about you that they don't currently know?
Real talk? Let me real talk that.
Please real talk it.
I'm really not as tough as I portray to be. So
okay.
I'm really a teddy bear. I just know that I have to be aggressive in the world and shaking things and, growth and all those things. But I really just want to be a teddy bear. That's it. I think plenty of men won't say that, but that's the truth of the matter.
The real truth.
They really not as tough as they think. They just haven't been able to release themselves into that. And so for me, whether current or futuristic, whoever's coming or whoever is, you need to know that's really who I am. So when I get in the house, I'm not the same person.
So why the persona to be the tough guy? Is it a man thing? Is it a wall?
Well, for me, it's probably I have this thing I like to call myself, like, I'm a lion. Like, I dominate. This is, and and the world is so aggressive. Not just with, I'm not diminishing the woman's perspective at all, but the world is so hard, like, to try to even fight to be a provider for a family, to try to be a man in the singleness yourself. Just trying to live it. I've chose greatness. That is the desire of my heart, like, to be great. So mediocrity is out of the window. So I'm not trying to be fake in any way possible. I just want home. So my question as it relates to the partner would be, at home, I just want peace. And in peace, I can rest and settle myself. I don't really want to be the lion outside, because I know that's not where home is. But outside, I want to be protective. I want to be a provider. I want to be a motivator and a pusher, which is a part of my purpose. But I want to also have that peace when I cross the threshold at home. Then I want to have peace.
I'm going to steal Lester's answer. I can be, a little assertive.
Real talk. Let's go. Real talk.
A little assertive, because you have to be that way at work and, outside, just so I have this thing, I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of me. But at home, I want to not be in control. I want to go ahead and submit, let you do it. I'm going to be over here. What you need me to do? I'm over here with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in control all the time. Mm-hmm. So that's my answer.
Okay. Like your answer. What you got, Deonna?
I would say that I'm, like, perceived to be very nonchalant and even probably nonchalant and non-sentimental. So I'm more sentimental than people think. Mm-hmm. I'm not sentimental where I like to hold on to things, because I think there's a fine line between keeping things for sentimental value and hoarding. Yeah. So I don't necessarily need to hoard, like, all my kids' artwork or something like that. But the sentiments of the heart are more important to me than, like, just collecting things. So I think that sometimes it's misconstrued when I'm throwing stuff away. I just like to clear the clutter, but I am sentimental.
So you wish that your partner knew that you were a bit more sentimental about things?
Yes.
Okay. Did we lose Lester? Oh no, you're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
For me, I would definitely say that my bubble, my happiness, my, oh my gosh, Shelly's so sweet and so loving and da 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 da, that I ain't a beast too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a pushover. I'm not one to be forgotten. As little as I appear to be, I'm also big too, So I think the reverse, kind of what you were saying in your first answer, Lester. I just want my partner to understand that I matter. That I'm a big deal, And I think it took me for a period of time to kind of understand that you can kind of push that. Like, let your partner know that you are,
absolutely,
that you are someone. So I think for me that I have to carry that in every relationship, and not dominate, because I want to be a woman, but just show that I am a game changer in the relationship too, and he doesn't have to hold up everything.
I love it.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes sense.
All right, so we're going deeper.
Let's go.
Last question for the icebreakers: is marriage the final goal for you in relationship goals? Yep. Is marriage the end goal?
Am I answering now?
Yeah.
I think it's your
Okay. I didn't know if you all see to look away. For me, yes, of course. I believe marriage is an amazing thing. I've been married before, so I was married, I think, 13, almost 14 years.
Oh, wow.
And so marriage is an amazing thing. I mean, I would never.
Are you single, Lester? Or are you in a relationship?
I'm, you ever heard of Let Me See? Like, I'm I am in a sound check. Like I have some potential, very much so, on the table, and I am definitely considering full-fledged commitment relationship. I'm just letting me see. I'm still in let me see. So I guess that would say I'm single, but I am definitely definitely involved in trying to get myself to that point.
I like the let me see stage. I'm taking all your stuff. I'm taking all of that. I like that. I like that answer because I think too it's kind of like it's a yes or no answer, right? It can be. But I think you could let a person see. Like I think it's okay to be in the let me see stage. What y'all think?
Yeah. How long is the let me see stage though?
Oh, nasty Lester.
So Lester, we were having this conversation a couple days ago, but
it's lingered. It's lingered until the day.
Yeah. Is there how do you think there's a limit to the let me see stage?
For sure. I think so. To me, you're not going to let me see you're not going to carry me 4 or 5 years, let me see. I believe that let me see should include seasons. Like most people have a new declaration for the next year. That's after you experience each season of the year. So I believe that a relationship should have the same perspective. It should be able to show, you should be able to show each other each season. And that once I've seen all the seasons, I know what I can know that's going to be reciprocated, or how you handle summer, how you handle winter, how do you handle fall, how you handle spring. I want to see your seasons. And so I'm not rushing past it, because to get married or engaged in something serious, and I haven't seen your winter, how you handle moments where things are cold, I need to know how you handle those. And I need to be able to understand that is a key component to me moving forward. And so I don't have a time limit. That can happen sooner than later, but I do know that I'm going to need to see all the seasons.
Yeah. Whew. I guess the debate kind of came about because I'm in let me see stage year number longer. It's about 4 things.
Oh,
right. Okay.
I heard that.
Okay, so don't judge me, Lester. Okay.
Real talk, Shelly. Real talk. The disclaimer has already been stated up front. Anything that is here is real talk. There's no judgment on.
Yes, absolutely. So, and with that being said, what I don't want to do is put myself in a position where it's okay, the year has arrived, we've gone through these seasons together, and now it's time for someone to make a decision because that year is now here, right? I feel like it should just be organic. Like if it's going to happen, great. I would love for it to happen. I would love, for us to get to this understanding, but we're not there yet. So for me, I'm kind of like, if it's going to take another year or two, I'm fine with that. Now, I think where people tend to worry about me, it's like, oh, well, don't put all your eggs in one batch, and then you now it's 20 years and you're still here. The ultimate goal for me, which marriage is the end goal, I want to be happy with my mate. I want to be. For sure. I want to know that this person is my person, and I'm not going off of anybody's timelines.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been married before, so I get where people are coming from, but I almost feel like I don't want to rush into something and just to say I'm married and now we don't like each other, or I want to leave. So we have a timeline set for each other that's not necessarily a timeline, but it's more so of a look. When we want a check-in, when we're ready to pull the trigger, it's up to us to pull that trigger. So. Yeah.
Well, can I include something? This may kick it up a notch, but I know y'all got questions of the pattern, but I need to input this right there real quick. Okay. A man knows So he knows. I understand that there is timing and there is a structure, but if he doesn't know, then you already know. So if he never gets sure about, and I don't, I'm just talking off of my perspective in general. If he's never gonna put treasure where his heart isn't. He's gonna put he'll put his treasure where his heart is. And if he knows, he won't take so many chances of allowing you to be able to let me see with any other people, because we're dominant, we're territorial also. So we have that in us. And so when we know, we know. Mm-hmm. We're sure that we're sure. And if we're not sure, it's already no for us. Now, then we'll find ourselves, real talk, having sex, but it's really a friend zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we know. I don't know. We try to act like we don't. We are more sure. We probably know before y'all know. Mm-hmm. To be honest, we know, because we know. And this is a man who's mature enough also that knows himself, because relationships ultimately, I know I'm probably going too far, but relationships ultimately are for adults. It's for two people who have come to the realization of who they are, where they're going, what they need in their life. Like that should be a sure thing. And if you're not sure about you, then there's no use of you trying to be sure about somebody else. Right. But if you know you and they know, and you guys know each other, then I ultimately can communicate and have a conversation with you on the level of knowing that we're heading in the same direction. And it don't take me forever.
I think where I tend to disagree is that, like you said, you have to go through seasons with this person and you get to know them and find out things. I just don't know for me what that time frame needs to be. Like, yeah, you go through these seasons with somebody, but then they could have something dramatic happen in their life. Say they lose a loved one. Things change in people's lives where they become a totally different person. Not to say that I'm making it okay to repeat a season, but I'm just saying I would rather take the longer route than have the marriage and I'm not happy.
I agree.
I agree with that, but that's like saying the marriage or the love that you profess to have is conditional. Which part of the marriage vow is? Because it's like
that is good.
I've known you for 5 years, but I don't know everything about you. I don't think you're really ever going to know everything about a person or how they're going to respond or react or show up in a new situation that hasn't happened. But that's saying like, well, I don't know how you're going to deal with like an illness that may come up 10 years into the relationship. Am I going to still be there? So that's part of the vow, for better or for worse, for in sickness and in health. Like if every person that got married could foresee what was going to happen in the future, you might have a lot less people married because you don't know. People are going to change, evolve, or whatever. Now you can only pray and hope that when you take your vows, you meant what you said. You're going to grow together. You're going to triumph together. You're going to go through trials together. But it's like no matter what happens, because things will change. So that's why your marriage can't be based on superficial things, but things will change. And I love this person enough to endure the change, the challenges, the highs, the lows, But I can't wait to vet out every possible situation. Or we will all be 20 years before we get married.
You never make it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I so agree with everything you said, and it's impossible. Like I always tell my partner or anyone I'm even considering to be listen, I can make you a promise that I'm not gonna settle and not grow. I'm always gonna be growing. And my prayer is that we both, wherever we meet is where we meet, but we both can grow together. Because I know that the future is coming. Nobody ever thought the internet was coming. If they had waited to see if it was coming, they probably would never made it. So I can't foresee the future, but I do know where God is taking me because I have purpose in the assignment. And if we agree in alignment and purpose, I'm not worried about what's coming. As long as you got my back and I got your back, we'll be okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Point taken.
All right. So Shelly introduced us and told us a lot about your page and the posts. So we was like, let's dig into some of these posts and see what he's talking about. Let's talk
do
about
it.
I took a deep breath. I looked at my friends. I was like, it's about to go down.
Let's do
So,
it.
Mr. Real Talk, don't be in a personal development season trying to date. Wait, hashtag wrong season. What that mean?
Speak out,
So sort of where so most of this comes, I promise you, I'm not like in it. I know some people think like, oh, he's posting about it. I just literally go by my studying and growth and whatever the Holy Spirit downloads to me, I like to post it on my wall. So that's the way I like to do it. But anyway, this is a belief that you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And so if you're in the development stage, then you attract people who are developing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a law. And so if that's the law, then you ultimately want to grow. And I know it's a process, but you're not going to be complete because life is a reciprocal process of pregnancies. You know what I'm saying? You go through 9 months, there's changes that happen, and then you birth out your new self, and then you birth it out again. That's what I believe that life is. But ultimately, you want to be in a season where you're at least, like what I was just saying previously, confident in yourself, so that when you are ready to date, you don't want to be dating in a season of premature. Like you don't want to be in a premature season trying to be in a love relationship and somebody out dominates you, or you end up making a decision that you weren't prepared to make. So
I know a lot of people say, well, I'm still growing. I feel like people are ever evolving, like you said.
Yeah.
So there are people like, okay, maybe I don't have this part of my life in order, but I have other parts. Do you think they shouldn't date until they get everything together?
No, I don't believe that. I do believe that there should be a well-rounded that you should have a well-rounded. It's like, it's like, okay, well, I look amazing, but I don't have money. Well, money is a part. Money, the Bible said money answers all things. So it's going to have some involvement and financial, because my pastor loved to say, shout out, shameless plug, Pastor Lawrence Henderson. One of his great quotes that we always go over is, a great sign of what you will do is to take a look at what you're doing. Like, show me what you're doing will tell me what you will do. And so you currently, this is your decision. Now, that doesn't mean it can't change, but it does give a shot to say, if I meet you and this is like, your credit is terrible, then I can immediately make a decision. I can judge by the fruit of that there is something, whether that's you don't pay bills good, or you don't, whatever it is, you're not accountable very good to the agreements that you make. I can use that. So I believe that you need to have a basis of self, and yourself. You need to know where you are. And as long as you're willing to date you, then you should be fine. Like, if you're okay with attracting you, because the goal of relationships should have been to unify and come together to be one. And so as long as you're okay dating you, I'm not saying you're a twin, but as long as you're okay dating you, then you should be just fine. Okay, well, if I meet somebody who's in this financial stage, I'm okay with him. If he has this credit, I'm okay. But if you know that he may look at it and be like, I don't know, then maybe you need to start training that area up.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like that.
I don't know where this is going to come in the conversation, so I'm just going to throw it in because I've been kind of waiting to ask you this. So explain to our audience the whole
why your feet don't hurt.
Dang, I can't even get it out.
Why your feet don't hurt.
Why your feet don't hurt, ladies. Okay, so this is a thing that me and my pastor. Pastor Lawrence Henderson, we believe that a great way, and it's just a shot at your shoes and the comfortableness. That's really where it comes from, your comfortableness. And most people think they want excellence, but they like to offer mediocrity. And so you want excellence, you want the best of life, but your work ethic is only mediocre. So let me switch it to relationship. As it relates to relationship, You want the man, most people, it's quote unquote, most people want the man who's, whatever height, 6 feet. You want all of these key factors. You want him to be loving. You have a boatload of things you want in there. And we believe that when you present yourself, let me real talk it so it don't be so long. I get directly to the point. When you're going to present yourself, we go out, I want to take you out, we going wherever we going, and you're coming out. I believe the way you present yourself tells me not only how valuable you feel about yourself, but how valuable you feel I am. And so we've seen women come around with their slides on, and they want me to be excited and going crazy. No, sis, you cannot have your slides on and your with those Crocs shoes on. And I just told you, because you don't know where I'm finna take you. So I believe you should present yourself in a manner. Make your feet hurt. Put shoes.
What y'all think about that?
So you're talking in terms like on an actual date, night out on the town. You need to.
Well, let me real talk.
Yes.
I don't want you to wear heels to bed, but I really want you to put the bonnet on after I go to sleep. I don't want to be looking at the bonnet all night.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to see the bonnet all night.
I think that's fine as long as you match that energy. Like if I can't put my bonnet on to you sleep, then you can't sleep in like holy underwear or.
Oh my God!
You gotta match that same energy.
And that's what because I know that we are men of value. Because this is just our own perspective. We're growing ourselves to chase after greatness and success in God and every area of our life. I'm not gonna ever offer you low and hope you give me high. That would be me cheating. I'm gonna give you what I'm expecting back. I'm about to do some work.
I'm gonna give you some real talk. A lot of men are out here like, you gotta be hairless, you gotta shave everything, you gotta wear heels every time I see you. For real. You gotta be in the gym 9 days out the week. You gotta do all these things, but they're not matching any of this energy. I feel like men have such high expectations for women, but yet they get to go around hairline back here. You get your hair cut once a month. Your ass, you ain't get your pedicure, your outfit ain't together. Where is this energy? Like, where did y'all do it out here?
Oh my God.
In addition to that, especially if they got money, because they feel like since money is the answer to everything, if they got enough money, it don't matter if they, lacking in other areas.
This 100, that statement about why your feet don't hurt should not just be a woman's statement. You guys should come up with something. Y'all say, no. Why your lining is not, whatever you got, whatever y'all something new. But that is not an acceptable thing. I give my money when I go a place. I am expecting a certain level of return on what I'm paying for. I like to get back what I'm paying for. And so if I want it, I'm going to offer it back. That's not me. So I'm not trying to promote myself in no way, but I get my feet, nails done, massages. I am very well going to be taken care of 100%. If I'm honest, this is probably too real talk. I'm at the barbershop waiting on my car to go in when I get done. But this is just, this 2 times a week possibly to have to, whatever I have to do to carry myself in a level of excellence, because excellence is never overlooked. And so I want that back. I want both of us. I don't want to be married to nobody who would change on me after they get married. Now you don't dress no more. Now you don't, because you're going to still want to go out. You still going to want to date. I want to have a relationship where I choose you daily.
Absolutely.
You choose me daily.
Absolutely. Yep. We got another post for you. Hey, fellas, she won't submit to you because she doesn't trust you. What about you telling her don't do it? Maybe it's your cell phone, your money management, your circle, etc. But you got to deal with you first.
So, this is a big thing for relationships is submission. Submit. Oh, the Bible says a woman's supposed to submit. Yeah, I got you. Okay, cool. But there's also including the same verse that as unto the Lord factor. That there should be a level of you, because the way it should be is that you've submitted. And if you've submitted, then submitting to you is not a problem. The problem is we want, like you just were saying about, we'll tell you, no, you got to be in the gym. You got to be all this and that. We want our cake and this, want our cake and want to eat it too, but we don't want to give out what it takes. And so it takes for us, a man doesn't have to ask you for submission. He shouldn't have to toil with it because, truth be told, I know our culture doesn't project this properly, but it's already, we were created to be the way God has already created us with an innate nature for submission. We yearn for something greater. It's in us. And so because it's in us, the man just want it from you because he feel like I'm supposed to get it. But the truth of the matter is he's supposed to deserve it. And the deserving part is being a provider, being in your position. It was not, there was no toil in God giving Eve to Adam once he was in the right place and posture and things and provision. All those things were in place. Then he said, it's not good that man should be alone. And most men want submission without God saying, it's not good, you should be alone. And God probably is saying, it's good you stay alone. Your phone, you still got to keep it down when you sitting around your girl. It's not going to work, bro. She know what's going on. She know that you don't know who going to call. And so you don't want certain names to pop up. Real talk.
Right. Because
so he wants, go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say the secret to this, what men don't understand, women will naturally submit if you are making her feel safe. If I don't have to worry about your cell phone, if I don't have to worry about your homies, if I don't have to worry about no side chick popping up coming to me,
if you're my true best friend, if you're coming to me and you're saying that you are this person that you claim to be, just be that person, and naturally she will give you what the submission that you need to carry on and do your thing.
Right, but it's not a tug of war.
It's not. It's really not. Like I know a lot of people say relationships are hard. Relationships are so tough. I honestly believe that they are not tough. Like you really can sit down. Like if you're dealing with a mature adult, you can sit down with them and you can have a conversation and say, these are the things that I want. These are the things that I don't want in a relationship.
Yeah.
And you can have the cake, you can eat it too. You can go back for a second. Right. But yes, and women don't have that, then of course there is this tug of war of like, well, I ain't doing it because you ain't doing your part. You know.
Well, let me poke at you ladies one more second, real quick in this, because there is a woman who has not been raised with. Who's not been nurtured in the area of submission, and she's had to fend for herself. She's protective of, or not having a father or whatever that may be. If she has not done the work either, you could have the right man, and you could ultimately be hiding in an alpha space and not being able to give. And I've seen that happen also, that you have a man who is providing and who is. And there is some women, I'm sure none of you ladies are this way, but there's a woman who should naturally be, but she over dominates because, her, or she wants to. And knowing when to release, that's not a factor we should toil about. I'm going to put myself in the right position and want to lead and want to be where I am, be valuable enough that you feel sure and safe in submitting to me. But I do know, and I'm saying this because I was a man that way who thought you deserved submission before you got submitted properly with God and had alignment. And I would want that because I was like, no, this is the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, but you missing a part of you. And so I do believe men have to ultimately be in a position to be submitted to. But I do also know that there is a woman that our culture has been doing this for a while, who wants to keep us divided, who wants to keep us separated. They'll give you a link card as long as you don't got a man. They'll give you help with Section 8, but you can't have no man living in the house. They want to keep you separated. And look, they don't know that they're actually trying to provide for you like your man's supposed to, or trying to cover you in the way that it should be. But so I believe that's my prayer, that we're going to push through these type of talks and real talk. We're going to push each other into the place that God originally designed for us to be, not hold ourselves hidden in trauma, being afraid to submit. Nah, you're going to find amazing relationships that are going to birth back out. That's one of my goals, to help push us to that place.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Especially women who have found themselves like in the single motherhood space often feel like, well, I had to be the mother and the father. And a lot of people get uproared on like Father's Day when women are like, yeah, tell me Happy Father's Day because I'm the mother and the father.
Yeah.
A lot of that is more specific to us, our culture. Like we don't see many, even if they are single. First of all, it's not as many single white women as it is single black women, whatever. But
Yep.
those that are, they're not like, tell me Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah. So it's unfortunate, but like you said, it's also part of the bigger breakdown of the black family.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so me being a single mom, I definitely don't do I don't celebrate Father's Day. I'm a single parent, but I understand the relationship between a father and his daughter, and me playing the mother role. But I think with submission comes this idea that there is something that's going to be taken away from you, whether it's like what
your independence,
your independence,
your voice or whatever. But that's not true. I mean,
so I guess the question was more so going to be: do you guys think that you could still be a submissive leader? Like, can I still, in a sense, and I don't want to lead in my relationship, but can I still be a queen on this chessboard of submission where I feel like I'm just everything is about that person?
Absolutely, because your mate should not make you feel like one of the children. Like,
for sure.
Though that if the man is leading and guiding and doing the things that he want to do, like you said, you will naturally prefer the man to be the leader. Like, no woman wants to really be like running the show. But in a lot of ways, it's a partnership.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm beneath you. We're equals, but even if I'm like the CEO of whatever company I run in my household, you're still the person that I'm expecting to lead the family. I think that just gets misconstrued. Like,
what's your thoughts on that, Lester, and women being CEOs of companies and coming into, like, is that okay? Does she need to be a level down from you? What's your thoughts on that?
No, I believe, I used to believe that. I used to think like, well, I'm this dominant factor and you just need to be, because I was raised that my mom was a stay-at-home mom, and so I had that ideology until I came into understanding more and understanding I need your help. There was a release in God that said that the Bible said that it's not good that man should be alone, which says to me, he's seen me, he provided for me, I had him, and then he says there's need of her in your life. And so for me, I don't take that for granted. That submission is a completion or a fulfillment. Her submission to me is fulfillment in the purpose that God originally ordained for me. So I need her to be a hitter too. I need you to be same. Like let's shake it. Let's shake the world together, because clearly the Bible says they spoke to themselves and said this. And so if he thought that I needed your help, then I am not sitting here trying to diminish the impact that you should have when you come. But I need you to come and come on, let's get to work. Like, let's get to it, because it's some factors in you that I need. And once I'm sure in myself, being sure in yourself tells you I know what I am and I know what I am not. I'm sure. And so when you come, the Bible does not say too many factors about what we'll add, but the Bible said that he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor. And so that favor should not be diminished. I need that level of grace. So his hand is on her to be added. This is for the right wife now. So that matters. But if this is the right person who's created for you, I am not diminishing the favor. Please come up here. We are hand in hand. I can't wait till you show up so we can make it happen.
I got another one for you.
Let's go.
This is the year you stop faking you're okay and really be happy.
Woo! I don't know who wrote that, but and let me just dive. This is a big factor to me. Mm-hmm. I believe that too many people are living their lives unhappy. Like, you're not okay. And so most of the time I can't say it because I can't let my kids see I'm not okay. And if you're in Chicago where we are, Chicago is an up-tempo place. It is like it's a life. I always wake up at 4 in the morning, 4:35 in the morning, and I'm out. I'm ready to go. And when I get outside, everything is moving already. Like, it's so up-tempo. And so in this world, man, you will find yourself, and just as fast as it is, you'll find yourself swallowed up into things, health, sickness, money problems, or struggling. You'll find yourself boggled up with all of these things. I mean, stress that you don't even know is on you. You watch the news, you'll feel the weight of people dying around you. You'll add fear to you. You got COVID, monkeypox, and you're not really okay. And I believe that we're walking into a season of okay. Like, okay, I know I'm not okay, but I believe God is going to remove the I'm not from us. And that's what I'm praying that season is where we are. We're walking into that place where he will remove the not okay. Whatever it is you're living, that you were struggling with, I believe there's a grace for you to be okay. But we must bring our burdens back to God and bring them back to the altar so that he can renew us and create in us a clean heart so that we are okay. And that's what I believe.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah. Real talk.
So stop counseling yourself. You can't solve problems on the same level you created them on.
I like
you need help.